that there. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm a little discombobulated because I have dilated, whatever they put in your eyes. My eyes are dilated or are not dilated or whatever the hell. And I'll try to get Ham on quickly since it's near the end of the day. Let's see how the stocks are doing, though. I have to hold this away from me. Finger is down 13 cents, but holding in there. NIXX 277. Is it your last chance? Is it your last chance? Hey, I've got GTII at 0.0101. Logic's hanging in there at basically 2 cents. DJT 133 up. Yeah, pretty good volume, 45 million shares. ZJYL 160 down 23. That is pounceable. That is pounceable. I wish I had some money. Look at GDC. It sold off. And it's now 221. So ZJYL is doing the same thing as GDC. I call GD. I guess you have to do it. I have to point it out. But I showed you a graph of GDC where it had that wedge, and I said it's going to break out. It did. We'll look at ZJYL. I bet the same thing happens there. That was a great price to buy GDC. And I guess I can tell you back at that point. I don't know if I can tell you. If I can find it, I will tell you. If I can't, I shan't. If I can't, I shan't. Last 30 days. Okay, apply. Yep, I didn't even get the best price, but I bought 250 GDC at 161 because I believed that was going to break out. So that's nice. Got that going for me, 250 shares. But it went cheaper. It did. I will acknowledge. I might have been a little early. But anyway, there you go. And let's see if I check every day to see if the House has actually gone to the Democrats. Nope, not yet. It's terrible that they have so much time to manipulate votes, but whatever. All right, let me tell Ham I'm live so you guys can listen to him. I can't see. I've got to make a decision. The Envy lens, the the Cetopics lens or something like that, and the Odyssey lens. Those three. and I don't know what to do. Oh, oh, I'm feeling
80%
blue.
connected to. Feels like
Baby's in. All right, let me see what you're saying. God, I can't see. Oh, I know. If I just hit some, I'll be able to see it over here. Hey, Eddie. Barely see it. That's some nice sentiment, Karahito. That's exactly the way you should be, I think. It's exactly the way you should be. Guys, I can't see very well. Not that I ever am able to see very well. No matter who comes on and says BS to you, just remember that you come across as an asshole. No, you come across as a decent, righteous, and with great spirit and intent. Thank you very much, Morty. That's awfully kind of you. It really is. I don't know if it's something because um, anyway, I don't always feel that way about myself. I'm not comfortable with how I react sometimes. I was watching that movie Noah. Those are kind of weird giants they have, but it just struck me. I don't know why I'm so slow on the uptick. It just struck me that I always assumed Noah was a good man, which I guess he was, but that it was easy for him, and it wasn't. He was just as confused sometimes and wrong-headed sometimes as any other human being. So maybe we should be easy on ourselves. It's going all right. I had my eye set up. I have to make a decision on which contact lens for this eye, and I don't know. It took a lot out of me. I don't know why, and I can't see that well. But it's a beautiful day here. You are holding up. You're not holding any fingers. You're hugging that great dog. A dog needs a big hug. Won't let you though. Won't let you. My dog let me hug him last night. That was nice. He doesn't usually let me. $5 calls for 10 cents on Feb 12. Ryan, I wouldn't do it that way. Ham would do it that way. But I mean, I don't even know if I can get those calls on my screen. I have this, if I sign in on my phone, that's where I'm signed in. If I go somewhere else, it takes it off the phone. But anyway, the February's, it only gives me on the phone, it only gives me 4 strike prices. And I don't know how to change that on the phone. But anyway, look, for example, the February 4s are 20 cents. I would, and it's 10 to 20. I bet you could get them for 15 cents. I'd much rather have the 4s than the 5s. But I think you can get the 3s for February for 30 cents. That's what I would do. I would even do the 2s for 60 cents. But you don't have to pay that much. The twos, you probably do have to pay that much. But the threes, you might only pay 25 cents. But man, I would stick closer in the money. Why? What if you're wrong? There's more exits. I don't think you're going to be wrong. But one thing, let's say you buy 10 of those. Let's say you buy 10 of the threes at 25 cents. Cost you 250 bucks. And let's say for some reason the stock goes to 350. Well, those 10 are now worth 500. You can sell them and or that's the intrinsic value. I don't know what the premium would be, but you can sell them and then roll them out. But I would stick closer to the money. I would even do the twos. If the stock went to 3, the twos are going to be worth $1 intrinsically, and some other premium. But then I wouldn't hang on to, you take your money, roll into the next strike price. Anyway, if you're just looking for junk calls, I would do the 4s over the 5s. But I think I would, if it were my money, I would do the 3s. There's still plenty junky at 25 cents versus 10 cents. Oh, wow. Ryan, he bought 50 of those. So don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. And by the way, when I listen to him, that makes sense. But oh, what a puppy! What a puppy dog. Silver squeeze is over. Back to 28. Gold has dropped. Oh gosh. Dave, I think I've seen your name before, and I don't know if you're just here to. Anyway, I'll assume your intent is good. You haven't seen anything. That wasn't a silver squeeze. That was just silver trying to catch up. Gold is coming back. By the way, who's been telling you the market's going to go up? Well, you didn't know Trump was going to win. You don't have to know what's coming when the indications, the technical indications are it's going up. I'm so glad. I'm so glad silver's pulled back. I'm so glad it's pulled back. I hope it stays down here for a while. I love that. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But you're not in silver. Silver is volatile, number one. And number two, I don't think you should be in it for short-term trading. Or if you own silver, buy some that you're just going to hold and then trade another part of it. But when I didn't find that notebook, but let me pick a number. When the Dow hits 60,000, silver will be 90. I wrote down the things I targeted, but when I went away for a weekend, I brought that notebook with me. Anyway, I got to find it. Good, thank you. Thank you, Marty, again. Hey, Eddie, Fast Eddie. I like that, Carahito. It's exactly what I want for everybody, that you become your own central bank, you're out of the debt-based system, you own gold, silver, and other assets. The central banks are gobbling up assets, and the wealthy are gobbling up real assets. I want you to be out of debt, do what you buy what you know, do what you know how to do. I don't know everything, even though I pretend to. Just kidding. Yeah, I want I would love you to be able to also just help friends and family or a stranger. It's Armistice Day. I never served, my generation was it. You guys are too young to know, but in my teens, the mood in America was totally anti-war, completely anti-war, and that lasted for quite a while. Anti-military, which was unfair. I was never anti-military. In fact, I'm the opposite. I'm there's nothing quite that makes you quite as proud when you're overseas as going through the front of the United States Embassy and a U.S. Marine is standing there, two of them. Nothing makes you prouder. Nothing. But I'm still pretty much anti-war. I mean, I guess is there a good war? I can't imagine there's a good war anymore, not with nuclear weapons, but these endless wars are quite frightening. I don't know. I forget who asked how I'm doing, but my back is killing me. I don't understand it. You don't get old overnight, do you? One day, all of a sudden, you're old. Hey, Mike. Hey, Zizu. Hey, the one. That's good. Oh, look at that dog. Speak of, that's the kind of dog that smells like a dog. Thank you. Yeah, it went okay. I just have a decision to make. It's confusing to me. He said if I pick the Odyssey lens, I might not be able to read as well. All my life I've been able to read. I can read except when I'm tired now. But I can pretty much always read anything. I love that. But the Odyssey lens gives you distance, and that's kind of exciting. Um, what's the one he said? Syntopics or something? He said that's the one he likes because you don't see quite as well in the distance, and there's halos at night, but you can read with those. I guess that's a true syntopics or something. Anyway, that's a true three vision, distant, intermediate, and close, where the Odyssey is this more smooth transition. But then when I go online, people say they can read with Odyssey. I don't know. And then there's another one by Bausch and Lomb, I think, called Envy. And it's so new, he doesn't want to recommend it because he doesn't know the negatives. What are the negatives? But since it's new, it makes me want to have it. I decided not to do the light, the LAL, light, uh, light adjusted, light, something LAL. I decided not to do that, although that's highly recommended because it's supposed to be perfect vision, but it sets your eyes at one location. And I kind of like to be able to not wear glasses. Happy Veterans Day. I forgot it's pretty much of a vacation, isn't it? Good at hi, 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 hi. Hi, everybody up there. Hey, KYP is here. Hi, KYP. The one. Bo, whatever, David, Peter, DGT for the win. Yeah, that'd be fun. Uh-oh. Yeah, David, I'm kind of that's but there's no guarantee apparently either way. But I love to read. Um, Whenever they give me the reading test, I can read the copyright 1999 on the bottom of the card, the tiniest print. That's just, I can read, and I love that. But what was surprising to me, he told me I actually have a cataract on this eye, which I can't believe because I can see. Anyway, I have to make up the decision, and they give you this manual, and it has this cheat sheet question. And by the time I said, Doc, am I qualified to make this decision? Monofocal distance for both eyes, monofocal near for both eyes, mono vision, one eye at distance, one eye local. Astigmatism correction, I have that. That's laser. Laser. Then the lifestyle package, it sounds like finger. Multifocal lenses to focus light far away and up close at the same time. Multifocal, extended depth of focus lens, extended depth of focus, including laser. And then the light adjustable lenses. Just makes my head pound. Anytime something's that complicated, there's got to be a trick in there. All right. Hey, Pilot. Hey, Jeff. You miss reading without glasses, so you have to wear glasses. So it's annoying. When the only time I had to have reading glasses in my past is when I wore contact lenses right around age 44, something. Overnight, I needed when I was wearing my contacts, I needed reading glasses. I didn't really like it. I'm with you. I didn't really enjoy that. But I haven't worn any glasses for, I don't know, 6 years. He said, well, that's because your eyes are really good at the intermediate distance and you can get away with not wearing glasses. What? No, except this eye, I can't see anything out of. It light I can see, and so maybe it helps adjust. But I can read. I can read. I can see you, and I see the distance all right. I say I have an astigmatism though, so I can see it clearly. And then the next time I look, it's just a little annoying. I'm intrigued about seeing in the distance perfectly. That intrigues me. That would be something. But I know, David, it's a tough choice. Luckily, I don't have to make it today. Next spinoff, Shorts Libel. Yeah. That's a good question. Let me think about that. It's not Justin. That's a really good way of thinking. Yeah, it might that might have a run too. But I'm focused on Knicks. That's interesting. I just don't know how valuable Canagro is, and but that's a really good point. Yeah, that could go up, and maybe they sell some. Maybe they sell some for cash. Easy fix. Oh, thank you for 20. Yeah, I'll ask him. We always ask him. He always says, "I don't know. I own it." He says, "I bought it. I own it. They have an epidural coming. It's going to go to $10 within the month." That's what he always says. But yeah, I'll definitely ask him. Castor oil. Did you? My mother's favorite joke. And that gets rid of the cataract? I don't even know what castor oil is. Do you put it in your carburetor? I'll look into that, Ryan. So far, it looks like Trump winning did curb the price. Oh, amazing. Amazing trade. Amazing trade. So if you sold gold, sold silver, you've been able to buy it back cheaper. Bravo. That's great. I'm glad you were able to figure that out. Um, I I don't want to go into a long explanation, but there's nothing that Trump can do that's changing what's coming for gold and silver. There's just nothing he can do. Um, there has been money rushing into Bitcoin, which has always siphoned capital away from gold. There's the idea that other investments are going to be back in favor because of Trump. That takes money away from gold. I would argue that people think that there's going to be no World War III. And so that risk premium, that war premium on gold might have been offset. But these are buy opportunities. These are not, but good for you for trading that way. I will predict you'll miss the big move in gold and silver because you're going to try to nitpick it all to hell. But that's fine. The market's full of all sorts of different kinds of people with their money. My thesis is one day, and we'll have plenty of time, but you're going to have a meeting in Yalta, or you're going to have a meeting in Leningrad, or you'll have a meeting in Valencia, or no, it probably won't be in Europe. You'll have a meeting in Buenos Aires of all the finance ministers in all the world. And whoever has the most gold makes the rules, and it'll be China, Russia, supposedly the United States, but we'll see if we have all the gold we say we do. I kind of think, Jim Rickards makes a pretty good argument that we have our gold, that we state. But there are plenty of people out there that say we don't. And but anyway, one day, for example, Jim Rickards believes, and I read it to you from his book, but there was an article now that's changed it. But if you did a 40%, this is to my memory, I just don't want to go look it up and bore everybody. But if you did a 40% reserve ratio against our outstanding monetary base, now gold would have to be repriced at $27,000. When that happens, it'll be a proclamation. And it's where we're headed if we want to save the U.S. financial system as preeminent versus whatever probably is going to win that Putin and Xi are going to come up with. But anyway, if you want to congratulate yourself on a normal short-term pullback, I'll congratulate you. Don't get out of silver and gold 100% trying to make $3 and be away from it when, I mean, as an example, a guy like Elon Musk is probably a bad example because he's got his money tied up. But a guy like Bill Gates, who I'm growing to dislike, a guy like Warren Buffett, who did it before, by the way, in silver, a guy like Bezos's ex-wife, who's now fabulously wealthy because she worked so hard all of her life. Who else? Some guy, billionaire out of India. The MBS, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He thinks and watches, and he's seeing what Russia's doing with silver. All you would need is one guy, one woman, to decide, I want to put $1 billion into silver. And you wouldn't have time to go back and buy the silver that you sold. So anyway, yeah, it's a market. It's ebb and flow. Things go up. They get ahead of themselves. I personally think gold, to a lesser extent silver, but gold, it's everywhere now. Every video I turn on, every TV, every magazine, everywhere I go is this propaganda that you should buy gold for your retirement account. And everyone from Devaney to Judge, what's his name, to, everybody's doing it. Every video you listen to. That's really a sign that there's going to be a correction. That means to me that at some point they're going to drive everything back down. And too many people are talking about it. Everybody's on the bandwagon, up, 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 up. But that's a short-term phenomena as far as I'm concerned. Short-term phenomena. And that gives an opportunity to buy more. And we'll see. If you think because Trump got elected, silver's going to go back under 20 or something, we'll see. We'll see. I did notice RFK has a website which he encourages people to put in names for government jobs. And I looked at it, I pulled it up, and there's a couple people I want to nominate. But nowhere in there was securities markets. Nowhere in there was the SEC. So it really, is Trump really going to fight the banks? I don't know. I hope so, but their focus is on other things. Americans think their banking system, their securities, remember it was Bill Clinton that effed it all up by getting rid of Glass-Steagall, but it was Barack Obama that made it worse by giving FDIC insurance to the thieves at Goldman Sachs. They need taxpayer bailouts. Blankenfleen and whatever the other guy's name is, they need taxpayer bailouts. They're the tough guys of Wall Street. Free markets, get regulation off our backs, get government off our backs. It's the winners are the strongest. But hey, when we're in trouble, could you get the taxpayers to bail us out? because we provide such an important value to the country. You know, part of me thinks Marx was right about all that. I never read Marx, so don't ask me what he said. But these are just parasites, and they suck everything out. That is as may be. Are we to understand that this crunchy frog, this is a, it still has its bones in it? Yes, it wouldn't be crunchy then, would it? Look, Constable Blank just ate one of those. You do not disclose on here. I forget how he says it. You don't disclose on it. We're here to protect the public. Nailed it overnight at 50. Loss of near sight. That's how nature starves mammals. Yeah, that's interesting thought. My dog, the way my dog would, if he were in the wild, he'd be dead. The pack would have killed him. That's interesting. So nature, yeah, that's a very interesting point. Ricin comes from. I don't know. I don't know that plant. For the new company, buy a little and average down. They need the shares. I think what you're going to have, Justin, if I'm reading that chart correctly, I think you're going to have such a move in Nixie, you can come back and buy those shares. As long as Nixie is under $3, that's the stock I'd be buying right now. I'm not saying don't buy Finger, not saying that. I'm talking about a trade. Finger is a trade, but it's also an accumulate, you know. But in terms of short-term potential, as long as Nix is under 3, it's just they're giving it away as far as I can tell. And it'll probably be true under 350, under 4. By the time it gets to 5, I would still buy it. But you have more, you have more downside. That's all. Very little downside right here. Yeah, let's see how that trades. I don't even know how many shares. Let's see what's in there. Justin, I'm not believing. I'm hooked on a feeling that you're in love with me. Is that where he says I'm believing? I don't know. I just don't think any of these little things have worked in anything. So I don't quite know what's going on with that little company, but yes, they will need the shares. But to me, they just put IOUs in the account and they manage it, they play it. But yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. Castor oil works. All right, I'll get some. Then I don't have to get lens operation. Follow up on MSTU ETF. September 8th inception date, Friday close. So when, wow. Wow, what a trade that is, Kit. And I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look that up. That's amazing. September 18th. Maybe there's a Gov limo driver. Not getting the reference. BRICS want our bubble to pop. The Trumpster has a plan to overhaul the system. Yeah, that makes sense, Kit. And I'm not against that belief. And but we still have the debt there, and it still is going to require a reset. But we'll see how it plays out. He'll listen to guys like Jim Rickards, by the way. Is Ham calling in? I don't know. He hasn't yet. I asked it, He may be at therapy. So you're saying there'll be a dip in gold and silver right before the ripped upward? I have no idea. I can't predict the future. But yes, this might be the dip. I believe the metal tone is silver. Gold is important, but if you're trying to make money and preserve wealth, I think that what metal tone is silver. Now, John Croissant points out that platinum has not traded to its high. So and I did read a couple of articles on platinum. I can't think of where they are right now. Platinum might fulfill the same parameters as silver, but no, I'm not a seer, but silver right now. You're saying to me is 28. I love it if it's true. I love it. But let's call silver 30. I think it's going to 90. Will it go straight up? No, but it could. It could go very quickly. I hope it doesn't happen that way. But I think silver, once it breaks through 50, that's its all-time high. Silver is the only asset other than platinum which has not hit its all-time highs during this everything bubble. And I do agree that Trump adds some sanity potentially to our financial system. But there's going to be a lot of resistance to any drastic changes he makes. Personally, I think one of the things he can do is raise the price of gold. And I would guess he would do it in a meeting with G7 somehow. But we don't care about gold. Trump doesn't care about gold. The Western nations don't care about gold. So that mentality would have to shift. But Kit has a good idea there with that ETF. I don't know anything about it. But if you Google, I've never done it, so I'll do it with you. How big is the market cap of Bitcoin. I can't believe I didn't buy Bitcoin. It's a bigger mistake than not marrying the little redheaded girl in high school. Okay. Bitcoin market cap right now is 1.588 trillion. Okay. How about we do it? As of September, the market cap of gold is estimated to be around 18 trillion. So gold is 18 trillion. All right, so let's do platinum just for the hay of it. Platinum has a market cap, it's an AI thing. I just Googled it, 246 billion. So John might be onto something. All right, now. What is the market cap of silver? Silver's market cap is approximately 1.5 trillion. It's pretty big. It's among the world's top 10 assets. Its value is about 1/88th that of gold. The global annual silver market is closer to 5 trillion, but this includes the paper silver market, which is 250 times the size of the physical silver market. The market cap of palladium is 173 billion. All right, so what's the market cap of gold miners? The market cap of the world's 50 largest mining companies, including gold, was 1.5 trillion. Largest gold mining companies by market cap. Newmont's number 1. Agnico Mines is number 2. Barrick Gold is number 3. Wheaton Precious Metals, number 4. Franco-Nevada, number 5. Shandong Gold Mining, number 6. Gold Fields, number 7. Northern Star loves Blue Horse. Northern Star is number 8. Kinross Gold is number 9. Anglo Gold Ashanti is number 10. Royal Gold is the number 11. Pan American Silver, number 12. Alamis Gold is number 13. Good for him. Fresnillo is number 14. Evolution Mining, number 15. Harmony Gold number 16, London Gold number 17, Endeavor Mining 18, B2 Gold 19, Cisco Gold Royalties number 20, and Hecla Mining number 21. There's a lot more. Buenaventura Mining Company number 28. Wow, that's good to know. I have a friend that knows the owners of that very well. There's a lot of miners. GDC is up 35. I know. It snapped out of its downward. What's the upside? The only reason to own GDC is because you believe the story that's on Twitter that a group of wealthy investors own the entire float, and that there's a huge short position in it. So you're buying it for the short squeeze. I mean, to me, that at least goes to its high of $12 and probably a lot higher than that. There's no chart that goes higher than that, so then you're left with guessing. But I think GDC can be a short squeeze. And it's the only reason to own it. There's no other reason to own it. The company doesn't have a compelling story. So if you buy the idea that a company whose float is owned entirely by an activist group of investors, and it's got a low float, and that's what you're in it for. The stock has decisively broken out of its downtrend, obviously, and that's something I called here in front of you when it was under $1.50. I just showed you I bought 250 at a, what did I say, $1.60 something. This could pull back to 2 or 199 as a test, but it won't stay down. It'll rally, and I think the next stop is 325, 350. Won't stop long, but it could stop there for a little bit. And then if it breaks through that, 550. I'm just reading the chart. And then if it breaks through that, 750 is a minor resistance. And then $12. Does it have this time enough juice in the engine to go a lot higher? I think so. But if you own it, I like how Ham describes it to you. You should at least take your original money off the table so it doesn't turn into a losing trade. I like the idea of trying to take your money and a profit off the table. Then you can let the rest run. But for me, I wouldn't. I told you I bought 250 shares. I probably won't sell any of it before it breaks out above 1250. I don't know. I haven't sat down and thought it through. I guess I would I'd put 50 shares out at a time. $21, 34, 55, 89, if I can, 144. something like that. But I think for me, I think this stock could. I mean, no one knows, but it's a squeeze play. So why not play it for the squeeze? And I bet it goes over. It could go over 100, but it certainly could go to 80, go to 55. Um, maybe you're more conservative and you just get out at 32. I haven't really thought it through, but I have to put my sell orders out there. But I'm going to go for higher prices. I don't have that much stock, so I'm going to go for it. I think there's these three stocks. There's others, DJT, Finger. There's several stocks that all could. If shorts get in trouble, they're going to get in trouble in all their positions. So I'll ask him though, and I'll ask on. Oh, that's the other one, MLSS. Ham said on the call a week ago he thinks he's heard it can go to 10 when they get approval of their epidural. Yeah, I think that's right. They're bored with precious metal. Crypto's moving. Crypto's going to have a huge pullback, I think, but I don't know when. But I like crypto, but whatever. Robert, I'll 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 I don't want to start one if if Ham doesn't come on, but here's a guy that is giving. It's just a young guy. But he doesn't. It says he's giving key supports, but it's not in his article, so I don't know. Remember to tattoo yourself blue if you're a woman so that no one thinks you voted for Trump. What's happening? I'm not picking on you, Robert, at all, but what happens is that people get caught up in headlines, which is fine if you're trading, if you're seeing things and you're reacting. But there's very few of you here who are traders. Traders are a whole different breed of people. They sit in front of the computer and if they're using charts, they don't care about the news. If they're more fundamental, but they're watching it. And I don't know any of you that have that kind of time. So we've traded, but we're more build a position, wait for it to move kind of guys, I think. But what happens is that people start listening to the news. They try to trade. They do it in stocks too, and then they lose everything. You've got to have an overwhelming thesis that you're investing on. You can trade around that thesis, but let me just give you. Now, there's a guy, and I intend to contact him as soon as I can perform on. He's raising some capital for Bitcoin. He's a Bitcoin miner. He's been doing it a long time, but he tells me Bitcoin's just beginning, knowingly. It's possible, but let me just give a hey and a ho and a he. If you buy one Bitcoin right now, it's 100 grand. I know it's not yet, but can you just allow me that it's going to 100? So it's 100 grand. Where's that going to go? Oh, it's going to go to a million. All right. Let's say you're right. That's 10x. That's 10x. That's nice. And you can be in it with everybody else. One technician, David Hunter, is calling for silver to go to 500. What's that move? Well, since I'm so bad with arithmetic, I'll just put it in 500. Let's call silver 32. That's 15 or 16x. It's a better return. Of course, the question is which one happens soonest. But we're fast approaching the point, not with silver yet, but we're fast approaching the point that where you're going to make money is in the mining companies, not in the physical. Gold has tripled, silver has doubled, and they have much more to go, I think. But that the longer you wait, the more your return can be measured very simplistically. If you start early, your return is almost hockey stick. But not to worry. There's plenty of opportunity in the miners. And by the way, everyone who invested, I know it's been taking forever. Good gosh, I know it. My hair's gone white waiting for that little gold company to get funded. But I think we're finally in the last week. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this week, maybe Monday. And if that's the case, I'll have a Zoom call, I think, with everybody, and we'll talk about it. What's going on? I might even fly out and visit if they're still talking to me. But that news, they're already moving forward. Time waits for no man. On the other hand, what is time? Bought 5.56 at 25 cents. Oh, good. Selling at 130. Lead and brass, everything. Lead, brass, iron. I can try to do one on platinum, but silver, the key thing about silver, it has industrial uses. It has uses as jewelry, particularly in other parts of the world. But it's also got medical uses. It's got uses in electronics. If you want to count that as industrial, I can understand if you do. But the computers, I don't think people that build the software and computers and all that count themselves as industrial. I can see how that would be industrial. But anyway, all the high tech world is silver. Medical, I said, I hope, and anti-disease. It's an antiseptic as well. War, to put it bluntly, all those missiles that Israel is launching um, because, hey, 1,200 people were killed, so let's slaughter 400,000. We have a right to protect ourselves. Hey, we put them in an outdoor concentration camp, but it happened to us in Germany, so it should be okay if we do it here. I mean, after all, this is a land with no people looking for, and we're a people looking for land, and it was promised to us by God Himself. Said, "You get Israel," and He told Abraham, and now we've expanded it to Greater Israel. It runs from Egypt into Iraq and down into Saudi Arabia. We need breathing room. It's a funny thing. God turns one group of people into horrible monsters and evil. Absolutely evil. An evil you cannot even comprehend unless you're Cambodian and Pol Pot was there, or unless you're Chinese and Mao was there, or unless you're from the Southern Don region and Stalin was there. But then God flips it, and highly righteous, moral people do the same thing. It's just it's Palestinians. They're subhuman. They're shooting children in the chest and in the head because they're going to grow up to be terrorists. Driving tanks over these people. It's horrifying. Yes, it was horrifying what happened in Europe almost 100 years ago. Absolutely beyond anything that any human being can think of. But it makes it okay? I don't know. I can't figure out. It's a battle of good and evil, and I just pray good wins. It is horrible what happened to Israelis on October 7th. It's terrible what happened to Americans in the twin towers on 9/11. Minus some people who were warned in advance. But is that an act of war, or is that a crime, or is it a mixed in? Because what that started, I mean, if you were Osama bin Laden and you wanted to ruin the United States, wouldn't you do what you did? Even though, how did Tower 7 come down? By the way, I know that we don't have to talk about that. But that was probably one of the plane's engines bounced off the twin tower and landed over on Tower 7, and it's just a sheer force. How the twin towers get collapsed because of fire? It's an impossibility, but no one questions it. No one questions it, so let's not question it here. But if you're Osama bin Laden and he indeed did do it, how did the guy that bought the twin towers, how did he make 2 billion or 2 trillion? Whatever. He made massive, he double insured those buildings 3 months before they went down. I guess it was 2 trillion, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But what would be the best way to destroy America? To have an idiot president start 3 wars, spend trillions of dollars, destroy the morale of our troops, distract us while China is around the world. I predicted all this then. I should have written a book or something. My girlfriend said, "Oh, you're crazy. We're not going to do that." Well, but China went around the world building its industrial capacity, building its trade partners, building its infrastructure, building its access to resources. We squandered trillions of dollars bombing ghosts. We bombed the heck out of Afghanistan, and then we gave it up under Biden. We're just gone. We squandered tanks and military and lives and eyeballs and arms in Iraq, and the oil has gone to the Germans. And we destroyed ourselves. That's what Israel's doing right now. All right, here we go. It's been so long, I gotta put the speaker up again. Well, I had it ready.
Battery 80%. Connected to Phil's iPhone.
Okay, you're on.
All right, from the DJT camp, I won't say who, where, what, why, but they will make a statement going after naked shorts. I don't know exactly what it's going to say.
Wow.
But it's coming, and I'm told it's going to be before he takes office, so I don't know what day it's going to be. But they're 100% going to make a statement about naked shorts, and our little friends are going to be trapped, duct tape, box, you name it. There's no way out. So they can sit here and play all the games they want. It's coming to a head. And I told you before, the President of the United States told you they're coming. For those who don't believe it, that's a different story. I can't help you with that. Just give me 1 second, William. I'm just getting in the car.
I'll answer the phone when it's more convenient for you.
No, I'm here. I just had to get in the car.
I'm just teasing you.
I had to take my son somewhere, so I had to walk him in and come back out. So I'm here. But so on that note, I'm 100% confident it's coming. It's coming where these guys are going to be carried out. And just so everybody knows, and I don't know if anyone listened to me this morning, $2.35. Okay, $2.35. I told you was the short squeeze trigger for the 1.6 million. We got there on Friday. They attacked it down. 100%. They got a margin call to put up money. And this morning, I set the trap for them, where I told them that we were going to have buyers up to 260. I do have buyers, but they were willing enough to sell it down to everybody, so everyone that I know that's buying is getting a cheaper price. I got people that are bidding for 2,000, 1,500, part of 10 to 20,000 shares, and they're loving it. They don't need to pay 260. They're paying 220, 215. It's saving them $2,000. They get an extra share for free. So you buy 10,000, you get one free because they're giving you cheaper. And they're so stupid, that's what they're doing. People understand what's going on. These guys are brain dead. They're trapped. They're going to lose everything and go to jail. So they're telling you at 235. And by the way, that number is going lower. It could be 234 today. Remember, each day they have to pay fees associated with borrowing shares. They're probably paying a broker for giving them more leverage. They're doing this, they're doing that. They're just digging the hole deeper. The clock is run out. These guys thought that they could hold the stock down and the company would dilute itself. And that's how they win. That's what they thought. Well, the clock has run out. The company knows it. And the president of the United States is on our side. We got the president, Elon Musk. We have, what's his name? David Tepper. We have Michael Burry. Everyone's in on China. China's just beginning to roll out their plan. And we're going to be part of it. And don't forget, everyone, Andrew Left playing the part of the rat. If we're doing a Broadway play, he's filling in today. Andrew Left is now playing the part of the rat, and he's giving up everybody. Don't forget that, because he is giving up people. That's the most important part of Andrew Left. Andrew Left needs to turn on everybody in his network. That's what he's doing. What a nice guy. And I'm sure he's giving up Hindenburg and this guy and all the other the short and distort guys. The more he gives up, the less time he does in jail. He's going to jail, but he's going to do less time. And when they get somebody else, they'll give up everybody also. And Jeff Easton was tied to that Canadian group in Canada. Does anyone have any question? I don't even know where the stock is, William. Where is the stock?
The stock is it's three. I know. I always say that. Sorry, my eyesight is still blurred. Your GDC is up to 228.
I don't listen. I've always said buy it when it's ugly. They turn. Well, GDC got really ugly back to 135. 221 was the spot it broke out from. So that's where we're above that number again. But it has a stock trading 7, 8 million shares today. There's not 7, 8 million shares in the float.
Yeah, so someone was asking how high do you think GDC can go?
I was told GDC when it's gonna get squeezed, it's going to $44, $50. It's gonna make a new high from before. That's all I know. I know that and the symbol. That's it.
And short selling. You're an expert in short selling.
I know short selling. Although I can't believe that these guys want to take it the whole distance, thinking that they're going to get off. It's okay. The more they sell, if it's one more share, that's $1. Then you have to buy that share back also. So keep going. We don't care anymore. And what is you never told me what it's trading at.
I was just about to, but it's 216.98, 214 by 217, 10 by 2.
When it goes green, okay, short squeeze stocks, when they push them down and they turn and they go positive, that's when they normally take off. All right, so keep an eye on this thing. When it goes green, that's when it takes off. You can see it in any stock. Tesla, GameStop, DJT. DJT was down on Friday, 26 something, tracks to 27. Boom, went green, it went to 33. That's what happens when these things go green. All right, so I told you we're hearing the statement's going to come from the president about naked short sellers. I don't know exactly what he's going to say. I wrote down this morning, hey, just tell him you want a naked short, we catch you, you go to jail. That's it. End the conversation. They're looters, they're criminals, they're a crime family, RICO charges, you name it. Follow the sell tickets to the guy in Australia, John Hancock. I got his name. Thank you very much, William. I remembered it finally. And these guys are all laughing that they're up 220% at Lynn Partners. Well, that's not going to last forever. The last richest guy in the world we knew was the guy in Germany. He jumped in front of a train.
So you think GDC, what you remember is 40 to 50 if it squeezes.
That's correct.
ZJYL's down today to 161. Is that still alive? And how high can that go?
Do you want my real opinion on ZJYL?
Why not?
I think that's going to be a monster play. So let it go dormant. Just keep an eye on it because I really think that that stock is going to take off. I can't tell you whether it's tomorrow, a week, or year. I don't know. But when they did a forward split, there was 10 people that owned all the stock. That's why they did a forward split. So if you're one of those 10 people, and let's say you own 500,000 shares, you now own 20 times more, right? So those people who owned the stock when it was 300 that didn't sell then are now 20 times bigger. And the people that own all the shares are the same 10 people. So I think that one is tightly held. And I think the short sellers are in for a real whoop ass when that's time.
Wow. DJT.
I just don't know. I haven't heard that it's go time yet. That's all.
Um, 215.66.
And this morning's attack was perfect. I had people willing to pay higher, and they showed you their cards at 9:30. That means they were given a margin call on the weekend. They couldn't let this stock go up. And when the stock got pushed down, they called their prime broker up and said, you see, it's back down. Go relax. Relax. We got this. Don't worry about it. That's what they told their prime broker this morning. But what's the wiggle room is 15 cents. Are they insane? The prime broker is right on top of them. Whoever the margin person is, they're right on top of these guys. Because no one comes in and sells it down that fast unless they have a margin problem. And as you can see, when it gets to 210, 212, they stop. Why? Because they know they have to sell more shares to knock it down. They don't want to do that. They want to sell less shares, but they can't let it go up. They want to sell more shares, but they can't because they have to sell more shares if it goes down to get less money. So they basically trap themselves. It's like Austin Powers when he's in that little alley with that cart trying to turn it around and he's got an inch back and forth, back and forth. That's what it's like. If anybody can post that little funny scene from the movie, that's exactly what these guys have done.
What scene?
Volatility. They need volatility. They need swings to 5, swings to 2, but they can't. They're showing you everything. If you ever wanted a textbook lesson on how not to get short of stock and trap yourself, you got it. Not only that, they're telling you, they're showing you how they trap themselves. They're all here. You know, that's all you can say. What's my phone? Did I lose you, William?
No, I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm just writing down Brixton Metals. I'll have to look it up, Woody.
People, do you realize that after this is over, we can actually have a conversation and people can talk about different stocks? Wouldn't that be nice? All different stocks.
That would be awesome.
This is a life-changing trade, and this could give you the money that could help you build a portfolio and get you weight on to financial freedom. You know, fix your house. You know, go on a vacation. Do whatever you like, versus being robbed by these criminals.
So ordinary angler asks you, well, people we know will be buying finger on money. Really, Ham? If they're buying, why is the stock falling?
Why is the stock falling?
Yeah.
Because they just said to me, the gentleman that just called up and asked this stupid question to Bill, we're not here to make it higher for you. We're here to accumulate. If the shorts are going to sell it to them, do you think they don't want it to get lower? They buy it on the way down. I guarantee you my friends are buying stock at 210 today. And they just keep scooping it up. They're not here. I don't know if you've been part of this for a while, but we tried the old gangbang trying to push it over, buying millions of shares, and they just kept attacking, right? So why don't we do it on our terms? We're going to be nice. We're just going to accumulate. So you missed part one of the trade. You missed the You missed the charges up the wall where we went after them. So now we're sitting back and letting them sell it cheaper and really trap them, because the more shares they sell it, the less price, the better it is for us, right? I know you want it to go to 3-4 so you can make a quick trade, but we really don't give a shit about you. Does that make it sound a little more interesting, William? Does that answer his question?
I don't. Yeah, I guess.
We're not here. Everyone's here to buy stock cheap and sell it higher. The idiots want to sell it lower, so we let them sell it lower. My friends are sitting there scooping it up. They don't need to scoop it up to move it up to make you happy.
Well, the other thing is, by now we all know they just keep shorting stock. It's endless.
Listen, if they're going to fold, all my friends will be thrilled. They own plenty of stock. Missing out on buying another 50 or 100,000 shares doesn't mean anything. They own plenty.
Is Ken Griffin going to flee to another country?
Ken Griffin's going to get a slap on the wrist. He's going to shut down his business, and that'll be the end of him.
What a great guy.
PIRT, that guy's going to zero. He's a public company. That stock would be zero. They're just a bunch of naked short sellings operating as a market maker. They're buying order flow and just shorting everything. Just follow Pedro from Philly. He beats the shit out of Dirty Doug every day. He'll tell you anything you want to know about Dirty Doug.
Elmoff?
I missed what you said, William?
Elmoff? Isn't that Kamala's husband's name? Doug something?
Oh, I don't know. Forget those people. They're all gone. Stop bringing their names up anymore. Stop worrying. The election's over. We got Trump in place. He's going to come in and he's going to hammer the short sellers. They keep fucking around with DJT. It's going to spread over. It's going to help us. I don't know how much more I can tell you. That, you know, if he makes a statement, what would you like him to do? Come to your house and tell you he's going to do it? I'm telling you that people that know Devin Nunes in that camp, I told you before, if you remember, William, they said they were never going to sell the stock down there. Remember all the rumors? I told you. I told you on the call. I told you the other day we had someone that spoke to Trump. He said it was a landslide. We have plenty of ears to the ground. We just can't force the statement. That's it. But we're hearing what they're saying.
I'm having a hard time reading because my eyes are dilated. The shorts are in a pickle.
They're definitely in a pickle. I put Jeff Easton's new home, his cardboard box, that fucking scumbag. Stealing from people, from military, nurses, people with kids. They don't care. They could kill less. They just want to keep funding money to the guy in Australia, the richest man in Australia. They're looting the American people, giving it to that guy in Australia. They're parking it there, and then that guy is dishing it back out to them somehow. Something's going on fishy like that.
Kodak earnings release tomorrow morning. Going to be interesting to see if it can break 614.
618.
Oh, 618.
I got a bunch of people along that stock. I mean, hedge funds, not regular people. The last time it broke out, it went to $61. It had that one squeeze. They beat it down. It bounced back up to 12 or 13. They beat it down. And now it's been dormant for a while. What did I tell you? All these short positions, they're dormant. Just like in the movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. The monsters were below the ground, right? And then all of a sudden they start popping up. That's the same thing here. You never know when they're going to pop up.
I don't know if she still is, but she was a great actress in that movie. I forget her name. She was in Man on Fire too. I can almost remember her name, the blonde.
I love that movie, Man on Fire. It's one of my favorite movies.
Unbelievable.
My
Denzel
favorite
Washington is
movie
amazing.
was when Christopher Walken was telling the Mexican police officer that Denzel Washington is getting ready to paint his Picasso. That's what I'm getting ready to do. I want to paint this Picasso.
That's pretty good. Put the eyeballs in the wrong place. Well, the market should close in 10 minutes.
So what are they taking, the same 5 stocks up again?
I don't know.
How is DJT, which was 35 this morning, is still not going up? Just amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable how they just keep coming at it.
Wow. Who's Lee Zeldin? Is he a senator?
I don't know. Right, whatever.
Oh, former rep Lee Zeldin. He's going to head the EPA. A New Yorker. He's filling his cabinets with New Yorkers.
Thank God. Give me a fucking call. I'll take care of it. I'll get my friends a few baseball bats and I'll send out the team. We'll get them to send the trades real quick. We'll just call it, we'll be the batting practice police. These guys are criminals. I can't stress it any more than that. They're just criminals. They know it's wrong and they still continue to do it. Not only do they do it, they try to harm the stocks by pushing them down so people lose money. Still. And I don't want to hear, oh, they're such good people. They're not good people. They're robbing everybody. The only reason they're being nice is because they get caught. Other than that, they'll just keep robbing you. They'll rob you blind. They'll pull your teeth out of your mouth for your fillings. That's how that disgusting they are. And I know everybody's sick of doing it. I got it. How come my stock isn't going up? Blah 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 blah. I got it. That's how they win. If I put the bash this thing up there, they prey on people that give up, who don't have the patience. It's just the way it is. It's life. There's no selling in the stock. I think they're crossing a lot today, by the way.
Is your guy going to buy on the close?
He's been out there. Listen, there's no instructions to mark it up. Their job is to accumulate, and that's what they do. They're professionals. This isn't Tesla where you could just keep buying it up $30. These guys know what to do. I told you, Wall Street's about pennies. The more pennies you save buying a stock, the more you make. That's just the way it is. We traded 230,000 shares. People are buying it. These guys are nice enough to try to sell it down. That's the best part of it. I gave them a heads up that we wanted to buy stock. Why didn't they let it go up? Why don't you ask everybody that question? Why didn't they let the stock up when we told them we wanted to buy the stock? Right?
Right.
They went straight down. One guy just said he heard that what I just said on the call. He said, great news. It is great news. Trump is going to come out and smack the naked short sellers in the face. He has to do it in a crazy way, because otherwise the market's going to erupt. There'll be 500 stocks taken off at the same time. He's warning these people behind the scenes. That's why stocks like Tesla are taken up. That's why GameStop has popped up. Because they're trying to cover these big positions. That's why. Maybe that's why GDC took off. I don't know. And so I'm just looking. I see finger motion. We got on. It was 215, 216, and they're selling it at 210. They're trying to mark it down. What's the rush?
GDC's 231.
Did the company come out and say something negative over the weekend? No. Is China still in business? Yes. Is Trump going after short sellers? Yes. Hurry up, let's sell some stock down.
So there's good news for you. In today's New York Post, Danny DeVito breaks top 10 of world's sexiest bald men for 2024. You don't think that's funny?
William, I'm here to make money. I'm sick of these people. I can't stand them. They belong in jail. I don't know what more can you possibly say, right? They're criminals. There's nothing more I can say. What else can I say? They think that them, they're brokers, these guys all belong, they should all be shut down. All of them. And the joke's on every American, everybody on this phone. And listen, everyone here is fighting the battle. I got it. Without you, we couldn't win. We need everybody, rowing the boat the same way, as we say. But we need something from the government to step in. The DOJ, the FBI, everybody knows about it. Everyone knows. Even the president knows. If all those people knew, you don't think they're going to stop it? Well, if they're not going to stop it, then everybody should get on the phone and just spread any story you want. Go buy puts and just spread whatever story you like and just start robbing like they do. And I'll be the first to tell you to do it. Because if they don't fix it, I'm going to do it. And I don't give a shit who's coming. I'm going to say, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this. What can you say? That's not the stock market. I'm not here to hurt people. These guys are here to hurt people. They're doing anything they can to mark it down. Hurry up, sell 100, sell 200. Do you realize if you short 230 million plus 1.6 million, what's the big fucking deal if you sell another 5,000 or 50,000? You're just spitting in the fucking ocean. I can't wait for some law enforcement person to pull these fucking guys out by their hair. And I always said, Jeff Easton wants to come see us with him and his buddies. Come to Brooklyn, we're all waiting for you. Anytime. If you're going to steal from us, at least be a man and come tell it to our faces.
Do you think it was knocked down today by the real short?
No. The real short's out of gas. It's the naked short. They're trying to close up that real short because that real short is too close to home. So the naked short is the one the naked short's going to go belly up, walk away from the trade. Some prime broker is going to take a beating and a half. That's what's going to happen.
So Apple, Microsoft, Meta are down. Heavily shorted stocks, Tesla, DJT, and GME are up.
All right. Listen,
Only two people I know who have stayed consistent with their convictions for the longest time. One is Donald Trump, and the other is him.
Well, thank you, but I'm here to win. Again, I'm not looking for a medal. I want to help everybody, but you know what? I don't control all the money in the world. I can't make people do things that they don't want to do. I pitched a lot of people over the weekend. They said they were buying the stock. They're professionals. I'm not pitching a guy standing on a corner to go buy 3,000 shares of stock. I'm pitching guys that run money, are brokers, people that are educated, and that want to understand what's the next short squeeze. There's no rush to get in. If the short's going to sell it down, you scoop it up. That's what I would do. That's what everybody in this phone should be doing. If I want to buy it, you buy it and you wait for the ball to come to you. I mean, the stock to come to you.
Are there any tricks that the shorts haven't used yet that they could use?
Yeah, they're going to have to put their wax out at the Holland Tunnel to turn tricks soon. That's what they're going to be doing soon. That's the only trick left. Listen, the President of the United States is coming after them. Pat Byrne, Devin Nunes, these people are going to get them. There's no more tricks. They know what's going on. There's going to be congressional hearings on this stuff. MMTOP people are banging the door down, and I applaud them for it. This is not going away. Naked short selling is going to end. You don't think that they don't see the market taking off, that some stocks are taking off? Imagine having all these small caps going up and everyone on this call can turn around saying, hey, I just made $95,000. I made $1 million. I made $200,000. I'm going to pay off my house, send my kids to college, pay off this, do that. That's what this is about. That's what it's about. I don't need Jeff Easton running around, traveling the globe, stealing more money. He needs to go away. Andrew left. Andrew left as a superstar, everybody. Where is he now? Going to jail, right? William Hung, whatever that guy's name was, the guy from the money manager. He blew up. He's going to jail. They all go to jail. They all think they're innocent. I don't know how they haven't locked up that guy Hal Mintz yet from Savvy Management. The guy robbed enough money to buy a $10 million condo on Fisher Island, and no one's locked him up yet. Either that or he's turned state's evidence, giving everybody up.
Do you like would you buy the January 17th calls for GDC at?
I didn't even know they had options.
I can't read it. The numbers are all blurring. January 17 calls at 11.3 and strike of 27.5. What the hell? The stocks are you must have mistyped. Do they have options on that?
I didn't know. I didn't think they did. I don't know.
Doesn't look like it. He might be talking about DJT. I don't know. We'll see if he corrects it. ZJYL has a 14-cent spread.
Listen, ZJYL is something that you maybe buy one share a day. It's no race to get in. I can't tell you the time. You either got to be there or you're not going to be there. That's it. I think it's a great play because what they did was basically entrap the shorts more. So, people don't think that's what happened, but I'm sure the big boys are sitting here saying, okay, these idiots, we'll get them sooner or later.
They say.
People go, well, the volume's in ZJYL. Where does it come from? The shorts create the volume.
Yeah, and it's on every stock. I don't know why we keep getting surprised by it. But if you think about, pick a company that had a short squeeze, I don't know, HKD, Piggly Wiggly, whatever. It all happens about 2 weeks and then life goes back to normal. So you wait for 5 years, goes up for 2 weeks, and then it goes back to normal.
Right. That's why I always tell everybody, put out a GDC order. How would you like to be sitting here and you fall asleep and your stock takes off, goes up, back down, and you miss the whole thing?
Yeah.
I told you before, it's like candid camera. When you least expect it, that's when it goes. Listen,
Usually it's when I'm out of it. I've finally given up, I'm gone, then it goes.
That happens too. That happens to everybody. Listen, everybody, everyone has bought a stock, sold it too early, then it takes off, or we sold it, made a little bit of money, then it happens to everybody. So please don't beat yourself up about that. Everybody does it. Christian Shaughnessy found a thing with what's his name? Drunken Miller. I forget his name. Stanley Drunken Miller. I forgot his guy's name. A very famous money manager. He said he was trading at Soros. He shorted $200 million worth of internet stocks back in the day. He shorted it. He got crushed. He lost $400 million on the short side. And guess what he said? I was right. In the end, all those stocks fell apart, right? But the key to the answer is that you can only stay short. He shorted it legitimately. When the stock goes against you, you get bought in. They got bought in. That's what happened to him. I know someone else that did the same thing in the internet stocks back when, and he lost everything, billions. And his prime broker was Bear Stearns. And he was early. He shorted. He was right on the nose. They just kept going up on him. And he lost. He got bought in. He lost billions of dollars. And he had to flee the country from going to jail. How's that one? And I knew the guy. And he didn't do anything illegal but flee the country. But he basically was short, and he was trying to hide the fact, and he got caught, and the stocks went crazy. The stocks went up. He was short. He lost billions of dollars.
But not something he hadn't done before, right?
Well, I'm trying to show you that the short side, if you do not have infinity, like our short sellers in Finger Motion or GTI, these guys are carrying these positions for years, too many shares short.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stay short forever. And I just gave you 2 examples of guys that were right, who were short, who couldn't stay short forever, got bought in and got wiped out. And they were both professional. One guy was such a panic, he fled the country. Because he was going to jail too. That's what happens. The Kramers and Lynn Partners and all these other characters that make it short, they're holding positions for 2 years. It's impossible. You can't hold positions for 2 years. That's like me buying 1 million shares of Finger Motion and say, hey, I don't have the money. Call me in 5 years. Let's see how it works out. That's not how the game is played. You can't go to a casino with no money. They throw you out. These guys are still running bets with no money. Sell some more. Everyone who's taking the orders, like that guy from Morgan Stanley, that fat fuck from Morgan Stanley, the guy from Share and Tell. Oh, I took orders every day because I got paid. He belongs in jail too, even though he's on our side now. Give up your clients. He never gives up his clients. Who are your clients? What stocks did you do? Where is everybody answering these questions? I don't understand. Where's the regulators? Where are the police? I'm not the fucking police. Where are they? It'll take 2 minutes. If you knock on Lynn's door, they'll jump out the window. That's how much they're on edge if they're in their office.
So did you buy MLSS too soon, or you shouldn't have bought it?
I bought MLS too soon. Thank you for reminding me.
There's people want to know what your thoughts are on it now.
My thoughts are that I'm fucking pissed off, but my very dear friend gave it to me. The gentleman I introduced you to, Bill, in Atlantic City.
Smart guy.
He's a friend of mine for 30 years. I asked him if I should put my daughters into it. He said yes. I made him put him on the speaker, and he told my daughters. But that's how it goes sometimes.
Is that how you guys do it in high finance? That's the extent of your due diligence?
That's the extent of the due diligence. I told you before, GDC, I didn't know anything about it but the symbol. That's all I knew. I told you that. I still don't know anything about it but the symbol.
So what time frame on MLSS and what target?
Listen, the guy said it was going to 10. You know, obviously we're doing the backstroke and we're going the wrong way.
Hey, puppy.
And I did the wrong thing. We bought 60,000 at 101. I should have bought 30,000 and 30 today at 80 cents, and I would have a 90 cents average, right? Instead, I have a dollar average. So I'm kind of screwed up right now, whatever the hell it is.
Because you got so excited.
I was so excited. I had to get in.
I always overpay. But it's good to leave in reserve some money for when it pulls back.
Thanks for reminding me of that. So there you go, people. That's the second mistake you've seen me make. I'm just a regular person like you. We make mistakes. I did the same thing in GDC. The only difference in GDC is I saved some extra money and I averaged down. That's what saved my ass in GDC. So when it did work, I made a nice trade out of it. In this stock, I have not averaged down yet. So, you know, I'm a little upside down. So I just showed you twice that I bought in and the stocks went down on me. It happens all the time. Don't think it's just you. It was something magical. We're not magical. You got to figure, when you get into a bad situation, you got to put your thinking cap on and try to figure it out. And it's not just throwing more money at it sometimes. There's got to be something else, something we're missing. You know, you got to keep digging. So, and MLSS, unfortunately, I have to go to work and start getting answers. That's what I have to do.
Well, if it matters, it pulled back, but the low is higher than the previous low, which was higher than the previous, you know, and so on.
You know, listen, don't have to lecture me on it. I'm going to get the answers. You don't have to tell me about it.
But next time, use the limit.
You're going to keep putting salt on that wound. Huh? You're going to keep coming at it. And listen, I'm telling you exactly what I did. What else? I did it in GDC. I fucked it up, and I did it here. GDC, I fucked it up, averaged down, and I turned it into a great trade. MLSS, I've been caught in the garbage, this flush, whatever's going on for the last 2 weeks, and I haven't figured out what to do yet.
Well, it doesn't look like that stock was, well, who knows? But it doesn't look like they took toxic financing. Maybe they did.
No, they haven't. They got money in the bank. That's the only reason that that's why I didn't hesitate.
Yeah. The chart doesn't look like it's been destroyed the way so many else have. I mean, the high in 5 years is like, I don't know, $6. I can't quite read it, but
I don't know.
So
hold on a second. There's a gentleman walking with a cane and a walker. I just yelled out the door to see if they needed a hand to help him out.
Speed up. Get out of my way.
I'm trying to help. He's walking. I'm trying to help him out. People, if you see handicapped people, don't be afraid to help them. They need help all the time.
Give him your old knee.
He'll throw it back at me. This is no good. Oh, I went today. They beat me up again. So funny. The women in there were making fun of me. All the women, 50 plus, they got their shoulders hurt, their backs hurt, whatever. And I walked in, they go, "You gonna cry today?" I'm like, "Ooh, everybody knows."
Did you?
No, I didn't cry today. The pain is getting less and less, but it gets, if anyone's ever done it before, your knee just gets inflamed. You can't bend it. I don't know how they bend it, and the only way to bend it is hurting you. That's all I can say. That's it. There's no mystery. But if you look at it, William, buy the dip, sell the rip. It worked in GameStop today, and it worked in DJT. Buy the dip, sell the rip, wait for a dip, sell the rip. They keep coming back to those names. So just keep participating like that. I have one person that's been trading GameStop. He makes 1 to 2 trades a day. He can't believe it that he's probably knocked down about $20,000 of profit. Just buying 2,000 shares and selling it up 60 cents, 70 cents,
Amazing.
dollar, whatever. Does it every day. Every day. Look at the low today. It opened up, it went down to 24.70 or something like that. And it turned, it went right back up again. Every day, the guy makes money doing it. That doesn't mean I believe in the stock. I'm just telling you that the people that are behind it, that are pushing it, every time you shoot whatever, it goes back down, sells up, you buy it, you wait a little bit, it goes back up. It's been the same pattern for a month. I put it up every day. And that's what you're going to have to learn how to do, people. Find stocks that have that pattern, not a short squeeze, but when this is all said and done, this short selling nonsense, you got to learn how to trade and look for patterns like that. Those are safe patterns. And I hope you saw them. Anything else, William?
Not really. Thank yous around, and you talked about MLSS.
You put that up again? I just talked about it.
No, I know you did. I'm just checking. I'm going through. Yeah, I think you got most of the questions.
Listen, the only thing we're hearing new is that I expect the president to come out and make a statement about naked short selling. I'm hearing it's going to be a bold statement. Do I know when it's coming? No, but I'm hearing the statement's coming. So that's it. He's going to put these people on notice. I believe that every broker that takes an order and that sells it naked short should be in trouble. I believe that anybody that's the prime brokers that is allowing this leverage should be shut down. And these people deserve to be shut down. They need to, besides taking away the market maker exemption and all this criminal activity, these people that actually participating in the crime, it's like they robbed the bank. The getaway driver goes into jail, the same with the bank robbers. They all go down together, right? So that's how it should be on Wall Street.
Warren Buffett's cash reserves are $325 billion. It's enough to buy all but the top 25 U.S. companies. He could buy all the rest, but the top 25.
Listen, stop idolizing all those people. They're all shitheads. Not one of them ever come out to help people. Never. Warren Buffett should go down as one of the biggest frauds in history. He's never helped anybody out. Pat Byrne knows him, and he came out with a statement. He says, "I don't care if you short Berkshire Hathaway. Who the hell is going to naked short Berkshire Hathaway? Who's going to do that? It has a valuation of $1 amount. It doesn't make a difference what you do. You can't knock it down. If you push it below the valuation, the funds will buy it up. So what is he yelling about? Nothing. He's an idiot." Pat Byrne called on him, and that's what he said. Don't worry about it. That's what he said. He came out, him and Charlie Munger. "We don't care if you short our stocks. Go ahead." That's what he said. Not knowing that the counterfeit shares and the weights can knock any stock out. I can knock Berkshire Hathaway down 1,000 points. But no one will give me the opportunity to do it. Just keep selling it until long start to panic. What's going on? Then you write a fake story and it becomes, everyone starts panicking. They won't let you do it there because you're gonna hurt the economy there because he's in so many names. Nothing else, William?
Wow. No, nothing else. Well, let me look. There's no, just thank yous and all
We'll
that.
get them tomorrow. Keep your heads up. I'm not going away. I'll be home. I'll be pounding on Twitter all night, watching a stupid football game. I'll be around. All right?
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm gonna
Welcome.
last much longer. I don't know what it is. I shouldn't be tired. The Twin Towers came down very suspiciously, and they were designed to withstand planes crashing in them. And there's other buildings around the world which got set on fire and didn't collapse. So anyway, it's just not worth getting a discussion over it. I've studied it. I actually think it's possible. I won't tell you. I think what happened is different than what we were told. And then somebody else asked Brixton Metals. I'll look into that. Brixton Metals. It's not the first time that's come up. Don't know much about it. You don't have to go down into stocks you don't know. If you know it, that's fine. The first tier, second tier stocks will move before you have to do that. Miners, I'm talking about. And I'm trying to remember what else was up there. Somebody asked, and there's no way Ham would have allowed me to talk about it. Darn it. There was another question somebody asked. What, lucky boy? What's wrong, lucky boy? Thank you very much again, Toe Cramp, for your $2. Earlier, I thought it was 20, but I'm still grateful. It's just my eyesight. He said, once I get this eye fixed, I'm going to want to fix the other one. I said, oh no, I thought it was okay. Oh God. He's just upselling me. I can't find the other question. It's hard to read. Sorry, there's another question there I'm forgetting. I'm sure it'll come up again. What else is there to talk about? All I can say is I really think if you want, I mean, even if it's 100 shares, if you want to trade NICs, I think this is the week to do it. I might be early, but that's what I think. And NIXX. It's just the risk to the downside is tens of pennies. Like, maybe it goes to 220 or something briefly, but the reward is very high, I think. And you'll want to buy it when it's 5, which I won't be against. But imagine if you just had the courage to buy it now, you can get twice as much, and roughly, and buy some more. Let me see. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you're making a lot of money. Yeah, I would go further out like that. Trump needs to do soon. Maybe castor oil or a gun. Trying to think what else I had wanted to talk about. That's pretty much it. Next, what? Let's see if it's T plus 1. Or is it T plus O? That's it, T plus 1. So probably NIX NIXX will go up by Thursday. We'll see. We'll see. I'm having a hard time thinking of a subject, so maybe we'll leave it there. November 8th. November 8th. Just seeing if there's any news anywhere. No, I'm not there. I don't really see much. I guess that's because it's a holiday. It's pretty light, slow, so we'll just catch up. We'll catch up tomorrow. Broken record by Nix. Sexy Nixie. By Sexy Nixie. I think that's the year-end trade. But you heard him on ZJYL and GDC and MLSS, and you guys got some other trades. Sounds like we're getting back out of a bear market in small stocks, and we might start having fun. All right, so I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I don't know what it is. My eyes of Georgia. I used to sing Mice of Georgia. Mice of Georgia. My eyes adored you. Who was that? Who was that? All right. Catch you later. Thank you for joining. And sleep tight.